Hello there, friends. It's yours truly, Dr. A.J. Austin, founder of the International Center for Life Coach Training, LLC, where I certify Black women of faith to become certified Black Christian life coaches online in one day. I have spent the last 30 plus days working on a special documentary, a business profile, if you will, of the work we get to do here in the community as Black women, Christian certified life coaches. And I'm going to give you guys a little context to today's video. Okay. Back in December, I won a filmmaking one-on-one contest with a local film coach who I had worked with a couple years ago. She said when she saw my name come across her desk, she knew I was the one. So she said she fought for me to be the one to win. I won. We got started in about February at the top of the month, and I had a tight deadline by the end of February. So from about February 9th to about February 28th, I have worked day and night, middle of the night, early morning, stressing, crying, praying, wanting to give up, wanting to walk away, wanting to throw in the towel, but literally keeping in mind the women that I serve, Black women, Christian certified life coaches around the world who would soon get a chance to come get certified with me. So those future coaches, plus what we call our ladies of legacy. They're also known as the original 100. These are our first 100 Black women Christian certified life coaches that have come to train with me since 2020 and did a self-study version of a training I did here in Atlanta for years, but I put the remix on that thing. And so y'all kept me going. Y'all kept me here. And here we are. I am a completely new person. I feel different. I feel much better now. I've had about a week to just kind of woosah, okay? Took several naps and several chill pills, literally prescribed anti-anxiety medication by my doctor. So we've been nibbling on those like, calm down, girl, calm down. We got to get to the end when this is all over. None of this is going to matter. Calm down. So here we are, calm. And now I am taking questions about what the process was like. I will share with you guys the top 10 questions that come to mind when I was making this film. Now, to give you even more context, this was on my own. I had a film coach, but all we really did together was read her book and Google stuff. I'm going to leave that right there, okay? I am a visual learner, so I'm very hands-on. I have to see things and then put my stuff in to fill in the blanks. And that's what I knew coming into this project. My end goal was to have a visual resume, a representation of the work that I get to do for Black women of faith all over the world, certifying them as coaches and talking about how I came to do what I do. Because a lot of people, maybe it's you're just seeing me for the first time. I have a lot of our new coaches who come train with me to get certified, and they say, I don't know who you are, where you came from, you just popped up on my timeline, or I got a friend request from you, or I was scrolling YouTube one day and all of a sudden I was just engulfed in your world. I got mesmerized by your white teeth. So hold on, let me I saw the big smile, all the pearly whites. I saw the makeup with the eyelashes and the eye, what do you call this, eyeshadow. I saw your jewelry, I saw your hair. I loved your style, I loved your energy, I love your personality, I love your spirit, and they're all of a sudden one of our certified life coaches and don't know what happened. I hypnotized you, okay? So, here we are. And this is what we do. So I realized that this documentary would be some of y'all's first encounter with me, and coming into my world, because I'm a lot of fun. Our coaches can tell you. But if you're here and you have questions, hopefully what I talk about during this time together will answer some of those questions. So I wanted to have a visual representation of who I am, why I do what I do, and where we're headed from here, because we're doing this together. We have almost 200. We're a little bit short. We're coming up before the end of this year. I so know that God will have blessed us with those 200 coaches we're going for. I got to come up with a new name for the 200, since we had the founding 50. Now we have the original 100. And child, when we hit 200, you can't tell us nothing. Okay. So you might be part of that 200. I would love to have you. So let's dive into some of these questions. Number one, why did I film a documentary? So there is a coach that I follow. She probably wouldn't call herself a coach, but she is an influencer in my book. I have watched her journey for years in and out of the faith-based arena as a Black woman coming from low everything, and now being a household name. And she tells her story in such a way I was like, that's how I want to tell mine. And so I used her story as inspiration for how to share mine. Now, I've been training and certifying coaches since 2016. I got certified myself in 2013 and did a 4-year partnership with that same organization who certified me. So that got me started with about 110 coaches. And I was already sharing my story in all of these classes. So I did thousands of hours, talked to hundreds of coaches over these last few years, sharing my story, who I am, why I'm doing this. But now that we're coming together in full force as Black women Christian certified life coaches, I am giving more of my background. Still can't tell it all because y'all, we ain't got enough time. So I put it in this documentary. The documentary is a documentary style film. Typical documentaries can go anywhere up to like 90 minutes, like a full length movie. But I only had 10 minutes to tell y'all my story. I got it down to 8. We might be right at 10, including the trailer. Okay. But I knew I wanted a quicker version of introducing my world to you and letting you decide to become a part of it if you feel like it's a good fit, and vice versa. And so I filmed a documentary to have more of my story included, why I'm so passionate about the life coaching industry and getting Black women in it. And as I talk about in my documentary, Black women only make up 9% of the life coaching industry. Now that's significantly low because it is a white male and white female dominated industry. Those are the ones you see as quote unquote most successful, but we're changing the game. You hear me? I'm gonna lead y'all, and then we're gonna walk side by side, okay? And so we're learning together in this. We're changing that statistic. Our overall goal is to increase it by at least 1% during my time here on earth. And I give myself that challenge because the industry of life coaching has been around since the late 80s. I follow the work of the father and the founder of the industry. The coaches that I have learned from followed this founder as well. He's no longer with us. However, I love that we can continue his legacy of changing lives. He was a good looking white man, y'all. Here I am, this young Black woman that's picking up and adding a modern approach, a Christian spirit-led, Holy Spirit guided path and journey into this industry so that we can bless the Black community, okay? And so hopefully y'all can hear me. I'm getting a call. It's my doctor's office reminding me that I got an appointment. I know, I just said it with y'all today. Back on track. Now, I filmed that documentary to continue the legacy, to help us get that to 10% of Black women in the life coaching industry who are having success. Because even though we make up 9% of the life coaching industry, 70% of women-owned businesses make less than $25,000 a year. I have officially hit the 6-figure mark in the last 2 years by bringing my business online and starting my own brand of a life coach certification training company. And I work very, 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 very part-time. My business is set up passively. And so I have paved the way, and I now show other Black women of faith how to do the same thing, how to marry marketplace and ministry. Yes, there's money in ministry, okay? So this is my ministry. I help other women branch their ministries, and we just happen to do it as certified life coaches. So that hopefully answered the question number 1 about why I filmed a documentary. I did it all on my cell phone. I edited all of it. I wrote my script, and I had to literally, I keep losing track. I think it's an 8-page screenplay is what they call it, where you're step by step, frame by frame, scene by scene, telling people what they will see on camera. So if you weren't looking at the video, you would be reading and know exactly what I'm doing in camera. So for a shot like right now, I would be like, Dr. AJ Austin is staring into the phone camera, addressing her live Facebook viewers with glasses on as she smiles and leans in and talks passionately with her hand. That's me describing a screen. So imagine doing that with every word that's being spoken. You're telling the reader what they should be seeing on film. And so that took about 8 pages to do. Very descriptive, wearing gold eyeshadow and a brown lip and dangling chandelier earrings that you can hear just a little if you listen hard enough, with a black shirt on and a gold little neck, like all of that. Very, very descriptive. And so that goes into question number 2, what it was like filming solo and independently. So I had my tripod, and I had to go through the same process that these mega films that come here to the Black Hollywood of Atlanta have to go through. I filmed on location at the same spot that Ride Along 2 with Kevin Hart and Ice Cube was filmed in. I saw the paperwork for that movie because I had to submit my paperwork to film in that same location. So I really felt like a Hollywood producer, okay? And so I am so thankful to know a little bit more about what it takes to put your story on screen. And that's exactly what I spent all of Black History Month 2022 doing, under the tutelage of this book that my coach wrote, and meeting with her for about 12 hours total, and bringing this all together. And again, it stressed me and it stretched me, and I'm a whole new human. And so I'm bringing back that knowledge to you, just in case you were wondering who I am, what I do, why I do it, and what it has to do with you. Especially if you're looking to become a Black woman Christian certified life coach with me soon. And then you want to speak. You want to write a book. You want to start hosting your own events. You want to tell your story on screen. I have laid out the blueprint that let me get it out real quick, because all that, y'all remember those 8 pages I wrote? I put it in what's known as a portfolio. So this is literally my documented process of the work I've done over the last 30 plus days, getting this from script to screen. And now we are in talks with several organizations for press opportunities. It is being reviewed as we speak by the team over at Amazon to get it on Amazon Prime. I'm so excited. So y'all be praying, because I'm looking for good news. Okay, cross fingers, cross toes, and bombard heaven, because we want to reach a bigger audience of people who need to know we exist. With us making up such a small part of the life coaching community, we need to get resources like this out there, because without it, there are Black women around the world who will never tell their story. And as a result, it's so many people who will never be helped, who will never be served, and who will never be ministered to, because they didn't see me show up and share my story. So we need to get it out there in a bigger way. And if you're not a part of my community, over at futureblackLifeCoaches.com, where I'm going to be sharing this documentary with you in upcoming trainings and masterclasses and boot camps, etc., then you need to be able to see it on platforms like Amazon Prime Video, okay? And be able to rent it, buy it, sow a seed, and help support the mission, the movement, the ministry that is Black Woman Christian Certified Life Coaches, okay? So we talked about why I filmed the documentary, what it was like filming. It was an experience in and of itself, with just me and Jesus being out there and him directing my path, and me trying to remember my notes from the book and calls with my coach and go for it. And that's exactly what I did. Question 3, will I be teaching documentary filmmaking? I will not be teaching it per se. I will be sharing my homework with you when you come train with me. It is an added bonus in our one-day life coach certification training program. So if you want more information on that, make sure you're a part of our community over at futureblackLifeCoaches.com. You can also send me a message on Facebook Messenger. I'll send you the link to get signed up and join us. It's our evergreen program where we learn and we grow together as you get certified. And then there are continuing education opportunities. So for you, you'll get to see the documentary, you'll get to see the trailer, you'll get to see my PR plan for the next, I'm at 36 different things that we're doing to promote this documentary. You'll get to see notes from me and my coach. I helped her rewrite this program for future filmmakers. This is literally a doctorate level documentary style template that you get to see. This was like giving a dissertation. If any of you have ever heard of the process, I too have heard it was a grueling process. And I just know between that and pledging, I've never pledged a sorority, but I just felt in my soul that this combined the two. And I said, Lord, I don't see how people did it, but we made it, okay? I ain't claiming nobody's set, nobody's letters, nobody's nothing. I'm claiming the anointing because that's what got me through this process, y'all. I wanted to cuss, and I did a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, in my head and verbally, okay? Don't act like you ain't do it too. I repented. Thank you, Lord, for your forgiveness and your grace. Now teach your people how to be graceful and forgiving as well. Okay, so it was a real process. So I won't be teaching it. I will share the resources that I was taught, which are all included in this portfolio that's now a part of our training. And you have this video that's answering questions as well. Question 4 of 10, can you hire me to help you shoot your documentary? I don't think I could be paid enough to repeat this process. This reminded me of being married. When I was married and saw what it took to make a marriage work, I said, God, I ain't doing this no more. But now 15 years after my divorce, I've had time to heal, and now I'm back open to the idea of a very healthy, God-led relationship, okay? So maybe over time, I could see myself sitting in a director's seat helping you tell your story. But for now, you got this video, you got my portfolio, you have the literal documentary, the layout of the movie making and trailer process, you got my PR plan. That's all I have to give in this moment. So no, I can't come sit on set with you and go through everything I just went through. Give me time to heal from this process. I don't know when it would be. I'm not going to rush the process. I'm just going to bask in everything God has done for me in these last 30 days. I'm inviting you in to be a part of it. And feel free to share. When you see me share on my page, share it on your page because it's going to help spread the word. We do have a team behind the scenes that's going to help take this documentary to the next level. And you know I'm bringing you with me. So again, make sure you're prayed up. Make sure you're covering your coach, okay? And those who are coming after, because I'm just paving the way, y'all. And I'm coming back to get you. So you got to be also ready, okay? Question 5, should I hire a film coach? It's up to you. I really feel like if you find a good book like Filmmaking 101, something teaching you about filmmaking for dummies, the beginning level of taking your cell phone, filming with the right camera angles, the right camera shots, the right movements, the right story, the right script, you could make this happen. I even edited my documentary in an app. Everything was done from my cell phone. That was the whole premise of the project. And so we also are going to do a live viewing party here in Atlanta. It is invite only, and my list right now is very select. It went from like 25 down to 5 because my audience is worldwide. So I'm not going to have you travel into Georgia for a 10-minute documentary, including the movie trailer for it. But we are digital and we're virtual. So if you find a really good resource, like a really good book, some podcasts, some YouTube videos, you can make this happen for yourself and save yourself a lot of headache, a lot of heartache, and a lot of haunts, okay? Because film coaches cost. This, according to my research, a film like this is $1,000 a minute, and this is a 10-minute film. So that just gives you an idea of a budget, or what they would call a line from a budget for a documentary film. So if you don't have $10K to invest in a project like this, you can do it on your own. But it's up to you. I've had tons of training in front of the camera, tons of training as a voiceover narrator, tons of training selling my story, telling my story, pitching, and talking to people. You know, even now, addressing people like we're in, you know, a conversation 101, but also thousands of people at the same time. And that's what you guys love about me. That's why you keep showing up on platforms like this. That's why you're hanging out. So welcome. I'm going to get a drink real quick. Drinking some what used to be cold coffee. It's very good. All right. What's next is number 6. That's literally the question. What's next? Any other big projects, films, documentaries? I'm looking forward to what God is going to do with this project for the rest of this year. This project picked up where a project that we started 2 years ago left off. And so it allowed me to tell more of my stories, share more videos, share some success stories of the coaches we've graduated and how they have now gone on to make thousands of dollars in their first few days as a coach, and live out their own legacy. We had a viewing party, which I may now, I didn't tell the ladies, so I may have to get their permission. But I may share that as a part of a bonus for this course. But we did that not too long ago, where the ladies who are called the Ladies of Legacy, once you come get certified with me as a Black woman Christian certified life coach, you become what we call Ladies of Legacy. That's why this documentary is called Lady of Legacy. And I break down what that legacy acronym means. And so me and the Lady of Legacies got together, did a virtual viewing party. They gave me reviews, feedback, ministered to me, poured into me, prayed over me because I need it. And I may share that moment with you because it was very, very special. We had a great time together doing that. So what's next comes with a bigger part of the vision that I mentioned earlier, where there are teams behind the scenes, literally scouting and shopping and getting this idea to the next level to combine it with a bigger body of work. And I'll share the details as I get more details with you. I'm not going to gatekeep. It's not a secret, and I know that my work inspires other people to go tell their stories and step into their next level, or what they think they want to be their next level. And then they see what it really takes to be here. And they're like, child, I'm about to go get a job. So either way, I'm going to share my story, what I go through, what I've been through with you, especially as one of our coaches. So you do have to be behind the gate in order to get the information. I ain't telling everybody everything. So make sure you're a part of our exclusive VIP complimentary coaching community over at futurebblacklifecoaches.com so you can get the tea. But you also have to be someone who's ready to become a future Black woman Christian certified life coach with me. That's the name of the game. Those are the rules. Okay. Number 7 is, would I do it again? I think I answered that a little bit earlier. At this time, I would not go through the same process I went through over the last 30 days. Now that I know what I know. So I wouldn't do it again the same way. The first time, like they say, is your practice. Okay. So I've had the practice, I've paid my dues, and I would do it a little different. Even looking at the film now before the premiere, I see what I'm going to add in future edits as I share it with our little hood neck of the woods for future trainings and things like that. So you're in for a treat with that. So now knowing what I know, I would do it a little bit different. Number 9, where can I watch it? So you can watch it in futurebblacklifecoaches.com. We have an upcoming boot camp, masterclass, and other future trainings. I'm going to be sharing the documentary. You can watch it as one of our Ladies of Legacy. It's shared. It's going to be shared if it hasn't already been. It'll be in our private Facebook group as well. And you can watch it very soon on Amazon Prime Video. I'm excited to say that. And number 10, what would you change about it all if you could? I would give myself more time to do it. I would hire a film crew, which I had started the process, but just a crew, a team to make my life easier so I'm not stressing out about lint on my shirt, or is there lipstick on my teeth or on the side of my mouth, or how is my hair, how is my lighting, do I got a booger in my nose? I would get a team, even a small team, maybe, someone who could play multiple roles, and I would just roll with it and grow gradually. I would not come out the gate swinging, trying to make $1 million Hollywood film, because this ain't it, okay? I told y'all what the budget looks like when you go into something like that, and that was just to get help, like a consult from a coach and things like that. We got some bonus questions. How long did it take you from start to finish? So we started at the top, like the first week of February. I was literally finished. I turned in the project February 28th, so the last day of Black History Month 2022. And I worked every day that I can remember. So everything from calls with the film coach, sitting and reading a 112-page book at Dunkin' Donuts and in my living room. The editing, late nights laying in the bed, early mornings, first thing on my mind, last thing before I go to sleep. So it took in total about 24 full hours. Don't look at it as, well, I guess if you did it, you could be finished in 24 hours this time tomorrow. But over the course of those 20 plus days, hour a day for about 20, it was really more than that, but that's what I came up with trying to do the math in my head. So let's say a 24-hour project. Solo, self-funded, independently, self-directed, self-produced, self-edited. Self-documentariated. Is that a word? And then another question, how much did it cost? So for me, I won a contest. My coach was paid through an organization here in Atlanta that I don't know the details. I did see a check though, a $10,000 check with her name on it. So I'm assuming that's what she was paid. And so for me, I paid for things like, let's see, driving to the location, paying the park. I paid for my movie posters. I had to print 3 of those. I had to pay for 3 printouts of my portfolio. I had to pay, of course, my phone bill to keep the phone on, to film the video, So little incidentals like that. And it came up to right at about $150. I wasn't expecting to pay some of the fees. I thank God that he is an abundant God, a provider, because I got a really, really favorable deal on even that $150. I was stressed out in the beginning because I'm like, y'all didn't tell me this. Because that was my Target money. I'm like, don't take my Target money. I want to go shop and have fun after this and treat myself. But I used my Target money. I paid for the project and I was paid back. Let's put it like that. So God is good. And it could be more for you. It could be less. And again, I didn't have a team. So when you consider a team, you consider a consultant, you consider bigger equipment or taking longer to film, of course, things can start adding up. Because you got to feed your team. I had to feed myself on location, so I ate real good. The morning of my filming, got some souvenirs and everything to commemorate the day. And let's see, from start to finish, how much did it cost? So far we talked about why I filmed a documentary. We talked about what it was like filming solo independently. We talked about if I would be teaching documentary filmmaking or not. We talked about if you can hire me to help you, whether or not you should hire a film coach, what's next as far as any other big projects or films or documentaries. If I would do it again. I skipped one. Who is this film for? I think you can guess by now it's for Black women of faith who want to become future Black women Christian certified life coaches with me at the International Center for Life Coach Training, LLC. And call themselves a certified life coach as well, having global recognition, making an impact and an imprint in their community as they increase their income in their ministry and in the marketplace, combining it with that money, marrying it. Okay, so that's who the film is for. And most people know someone who would make a great Black woman certified life coach, so it's for them too. I got people on boards. I think I mentioned a board of an organization that was shopping this around as well. So they are not in my target market necessarily, but they are the organization that serves my target market. So it's for them, okay? Let's see. And it's for you too. If you just want to watch it and support, sow a seed when you can rent it and buy it on Amazon Prime, then hey, it's for you too, sis. Just say, I knew her when. I know her. Or you may know one of our coaches or soon will. I answered the question about what I would change about it all if I could, how long it took from start to finish, how much it costs. If I had help someone, that was another question. Did I have any help? It was just me. I did hire a behind the scenes photographer. I did not use her services. I will be using her services. I prepaid her. She'll be at my movie premiere. And so she'll be taking pictures. So hopefully you'll see some fun shots from her. So 99.8% of the projects I did on my own. She came in at the end and did some shots I couldn't do by myself. She did like 2 shots out of 9. And so everything else was just me and Jesus and previously recorded videos and some photos. Okay, some really good editing. Oh, this might be my favorite one. Are you happy it's over? I am happy that my work with the coach is over, because that was the hardest, longest, most excruciating, difficult part of this whole thing, because this was just an idea in her head of bringing this to life, as far as teaching me how to film a documentary from my phone. She had never done that before. So it's very frustrating for me as a learner, as a perfectionist, as a type A personality, as a doctorate level coach, trainer, all the things. But I was very humble as a student, and I shared my frustrations with her. I feel like she listened for the most part. And then after that, she didn't care. She was like, we just gonna get this done. And so that became my attitude. Just shut up, listen, and do the work. Because at the end of the day, how you feeling is not going to matter. We have to have a finished product at the end of this. And I am thankful that it's done, it's over, and I can continue on from here. I got it from here. So that's what I'm very, very grateful for. Another question was, are you pleased with the outcome? I did a phenomenal job with this documentary. Everything from the narration. I sound like Auntie O when she would tell the stories of her guests back in the day. The shots are very believable as a movie that I did on my own. You can't tell I did it on my own. My coach was like, you did this on your own. Like, you used what I taught you in my book to do this on. She was even impressed. So, yes. And I watch it over and over again. And I'm like, I did a phenomenal job. So, yes. I'm pleased. I pat myself on the back with this, y'all. It makes me extremely happy with the work and the outcome to see the final project. And knowing it was just me and Jesus. That's the only people who get credit in my book. Y'all know me. I'm going to keep it real. And then the last 2 questions. Are you going to keep making films? It depends. It depends. I don't have a problem being in front of the camera. You know, just show my good side and the good angles. Don't add 15 pounds. You can take them away, but don't add it. So yeah, it depends on what thus saith the Lord, where this project goes from here. If any new opportunities pop up that I feel like is on brand for me, then I will consider, you know. I was like, give me time to heal, then, you know. And I am healing, so I don't want y'all to think I'm complaining or crazy or nothing. Well, okay. So the last question, any surprises, ahas, or takeaways? My surprise was to find out that I filmed in the same setting as the Ride Along movie. And I'm praying that my paperwork shows up alongside theirs, since they were right before me. And that was a lot of fun to discover, like, how people come to the city of Atlanta with this massive production. Like, I have been all over the city of Atlanta, including my hometown, where it's very woodsy. So they would shut down the street to my subdivision and film for weeks at a time. And all you seen was trailers and wires and just mass productions. Up the street recently from my business P.O. box address, the show Atlanta with Childish Gambino and Lakeith Richards. They were filming on the same street as the post office. Had a whole catering crew, and I was like, man, I want to be a groupie today. Go get some photos and selfies. I met so many celebrities on this side of Atlanta. And so it looks like we're all in the same vicinity, breathing the same type of air. And so those types of surprises, to see what it takes to film a Hollywood style film here in the city, the paperwork, the permission, the permits, things you have to go through to film. Those were my ahas and takeaways, that we were doing the Hollywood style things, even though this was the Hollywood version is what I'm calling it here in Atlanta. So those were my surprises and ahas and takeaways. And I knew that I had the skill to do this. I'm thankful that my coach said she knew it too, so we joined forces. She let me do all the work. She said, anytime I say we, I mean you. And I took that literally and made this happen. And now we both look really, really good. So I am well pleased. I have addressed the questions that I see here about, what's next, would I do it again, who the film is for, where to watch it, what would I change if I could, how long it took from start to finish, how much it cost, if I had help, am I happy it's over, if I'm pleased with the outcome, if I'm going to keep making films, and my aha surprises and takeaways. I love y'all so much. If you made it this far, you really, really wanted to know what my process was. So I'll leave this video on my page for a while, but I'm definitely adding it to our one-day life coach certification training for Black women of faith who want to come get certified with us. This training is priceless. And so it is impacting the price of my certification, which is going up very, very soon. So you want to jump in over at futurebblacklifecoaches.com. Come hang out with us, learn from me more, watch the documentary, get the tutorials and the templates for the free skate as a bonus, and come be one of our coaches, one of our 200 that we are soon to hit. I got to come up with a new name for y'all because we're growing in numbers. We're going to hit that 1% in the life coach industry scale, get us from 9 to 10%. And we're going to do it alone. We got this, y'all. Y'all ready? I'm ready. So thank y'all for hanging out, whether you were live watching this, whether you're watching the replay, whether you just clicked on it in the training. Girl, I love you with the love of the Lord. Remember, there is someone, somewhere, future documentarian, they're waiting on you, sis, to walk in your destiny. Your doctorate level documentarian destiny. I had to throw the D's in there so they can walk into theirs. Because, as you know, when you let your own light shine, you give others permission to do the same. And when you impact one life, even if that one life is yours, because I know my life has been impacted, child. This right here impacted my life. And so I'm here to share it with you because when you impact one life, you impact generations. I'm Dr. AJ Austin, new filmmaker, producer, editor, documentarian. I'm so excited about what's next. I'm excited to have you be a part of the journey. Go and activate your exclusive, complimentary VIP membership in our private coaching community over at www.futurebblacklifecoaches.com. And I'll see y'all soon. Have a phenomenal rest of your day. God bless. Bye, Future Black Life Coaches.